And so as I've been on this trip and as God has wrestled with me and I've wrestled with him, what he's shown me is that, Caroline, as a woman, your rest is super important.
Hello ladies, just a reminder that there is 50% off my entire site until the end of October. Check the details in the description below and enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, I am back today with kind of an impromptu talk, an impromptu message. So I've spent about 20 days here in Mexico. I've had time to reflect a little bit on how I was when I first arrived and how I am now. I realized that in the beginning of my trip, I really wanted so badly to get some kind of spiritual breakthrough, some kind of really big revelation, direction. What I realized with God's help is that I was trying so hard to just rest. And I know that sounds weird, but I was trying to find some sense of peace by working spiritually, if that makes any sense. I was trying to put all my efforts into fasting, praying. It may not have looked like I was fasting because I was always showing my food, but I did fast twice on this trip. I was just exhausting myself. I was making myself have headaches. And then I came across a prophetic word that was like, why are you working so hard to get something that I've already given you? Boy, did that convict me. I mean, hello. I ended up just getting frustrated and just giving up and just being like, whatever, fine, I'll just rest. I'll just go out and eat my heart's content and enjoy myself. It's so funny because it's at that point that I just gave up that I actually started to feel more rested. You know, the funny thing about rest is it's not about sleeping. It's not about feeling well rested. Rest, true rest in your spirit, is really about finding joy in your day and in what you do. And that's something that I've known for a little bit, but I didn't really know how to put in practice. But now I'm realizing that true rest actually comes from really enjoying the moments of your day, really being grateful for those moments and not feeling like you have to work to earn your rest, I think that's what I was doing subconsciously. I'm still struggling to accept that I was just trying to earn rest, which just sounds dumb, right? But I really thought I have to fast, I have to pray, I have to do this and that in my word, and just for me to do the thing that God has given me every ability to do. I mean, he's given me the Holy Spirit. He says, come unto me, all ye who is heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I've already come to him, which means he's already given me rest. He's given me the Holy Spirit, which is a restful and peaceful spirit. He's given me a sound mind, love, power, and a sound mind. Why am I working to rest? I really wanted to bring this topic up, particularly for us women. I don't think that we quite realize how important rest is to our femininity, our womanhood. We need a lot of rest, a lot more rest, I would say, than men do. I think men need something to challenge them. They've been given the natural ability to extend themselves, sometimes overextend themselves, to really push themselves to the limit. This is not what women require. We will oftentimes in our life, whether it's becoming a mother or, trying to keep the peace in a family, we will be pushed to our limits, but that only makes it even more important that we conserve our energy. The older that I'm getting as a woman, the more I'm realizing that womanhood is not about exerting energy. It is about conserving energy. It is about rest. The first time that this concept came to me actually was when I was looking up what the meaning of helpmeet, which, as you know, is the word that was given to explain the function of Eve, of the woman. She will be his helpmeet. When I looked up that word, there were 3 definitions. I don't remember quite what the other 2 were. I'm sure you can infer what they might have been. But it was the last definition that I read, and I remember reading it, and it was describing a type of engine that is on a train. It talks about there being 2 engines. The main engine, which is a smaller engine that is going to take the train for the majority of its journey. So most of the journey it's going to be put solely on the main engine. But then there is a helper engine. And the helper engine is actually a larger engine, but it stays dormant. Is that the correct word? It lies dormant, right? It doesn't work. It does not exert any energy. It does not help the train in any way for the majority of the trip. However, why is the helper there? When the train comes upon a steep incline where it's going to have to use a lot of energy, that is when the helper engine takes over for the main engine, so that the main engine doesn't overheat and become null and void and become defunct, right? So it's actually important that the helper engine conserves its energy and stays cool for the majority of the trip, so that it can exert its full force and so that it can take on all the heat of that steep incline and get the train through that difficult leg of the journey. When I read that, I know that's not like a biblical source, it's a dictionary, right? But something in my spirit was like, that's what I mean. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, but in my spirit, I felt like the Holy Spirit was saying, that is what a helper is. A helper is not the one taking the credit for the entire trip. A helper is not overextending itself and trying to, take on the weight of the world upon its shoulders. No, a helper is conserving its energy for a time such as that, a difficult and steep incline. And if you go back to my Esther series, you'll notice something about Esther. If you read even the story of Esther, there was a period of time where the king, as she put it, kind of forgot about her. He hasn't called me. Could it be perhaps at that time where Esther was not in contact with the king was time for her to conserve energy for a time such as this? And so as I've been on this trip and as God has wrestled with me and I've wrestled with him, what he's shown me is that, Caroline, as a woman, your rest is super important. As a helper, as a soon-to-be helpmeet, as what I've created you to be, your rest, your conservation of energy is super important. I cannot have you tired for that steep incline. I cannot have you exhausted for that difficult time. I cannot have you spent before you have reached the time such as this. And so that is the message that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. If you're a woman watching this, really take your rest seriously. That doesn't mean sleep. Sometimes that means carve out time to do something you enjoy, something that refills your energy, something that replenishes that sense of restfulness, that sense of relaxation, that sense of joy. God has a time such as this for each of us, whether that be in our families, in our own lives, and the purposes that he's planned for us. There is going to be a steep incline. There's going to be a time where you are going to need all of your energy, and you cannot have used it all up. You cannot have used yourself up. So I really just felt the need, the unction, to share this message with you guys. Please take your rest seriously. Take that time out for yourself. Even if it's just maybe take a dance class, maybe an art class, maybe you read a book, maybe you do something that you enjoy that replenishes you, and you do that 2-3 times a week. I don't know what it will be for you, but just take it seriously. Seek the Lord. Ask him, how God, do I begin resting? Because this is something that he's asked us to do. He's asked us to come unto him so that he can give us rest. So that is the message that I just wanted to convey to you guys. So I am going to church right now. It is a different church than I went to last weekend. Baptist church. Last week I believe was an Anglican church. Today's going to be a really fun day. I'm going to a ballet later on today in the historical center. I think I'll just go church, maybe get something to eat, and then go straight to the historical center. So that is going to be my day today. And I'm going to take you guys along, obviously. Let me go catch my Uber because I think I'm almost late. Hello guys, I actually just got back from church. It was a really fun service. People were very nice. I think I felt the Holy Spirit more in that church than I did in the Anglican church, but that's to be expected. I mean, I wouldn't know until I was going to a church regularly whether or not it really fits me or not, but there's not that many English churches to choose from, I'll be honest, so it's kind of like pick one of 4 or something like that. But I thought it was a really nice church. I met quite a few Nigerians, which was funny. I met Nigerians at both churches actually, so there seems to be like a nice little community here. I was gonna go straight to go and eat something, but I forgot my card, so I had to come back home. Now I'm going to find a kind of brunch/lunch place near the theater where I'm gonna watch the ballet this evening. Okay, I'm back. That was actually a lot of fun. I just got back from the Ballet Folklorico show and it was phenomenal. It was amazing. I loved how they just highlighted the kind of playfulness between the masculine side and the feminine side, and that you do usually get that in ballets. They do really play up the contrast between strength and softness, so you did kind of get that. I just loved it because they also were showing their culture, and that's one thing that I love about Mexico is how much they love their history, their culture, and they share it. They beautify it and then they share it with the world in a way that they can also enjoy. Trust me, it's not something that every culture can do very well. The historical center, or Centro Histórico, was also beautiful. So much amazing architecture, beautiful buildings. Again, so much history everywhere. You know, the statues all had so much history. I went to the National Museum, I think that's what it's called, and I couldn't stay long, but seriously, like, even just that building is a piece of art. They had all this wonderful artwork about their history as well. But yeah, it was just a really great day. I loved the show. I saw people like recording throughout the show, so I was like, I guess we can record. So I did get some clips in there, but it wasn't a great angle, but you can see what, get the idea. It was a really fun day, to be honest. It was a fun day, but now I'm tired. Thank you so much for joining me here on Lily of the Field. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please leave any comments you might have down below in the comment section. Until next time, have a blessed day, and remember that God has given you everything you need to grow. Bye.